Hi everyone, thank you so much for stopping by to check out my review of the second generation June oven. So I just wanted to let you know I purchased this with my own money. This is not a sponsored review in any way. And today I'm going to talk to you about my first impressions using this thing, and just tell you what my experience has been like. So I've actually had the June oven for about a day now. And, before I talk to you about this oven, let me give you some background. So I have made sure over the last several years to have everything in my home connected to the internet. So every light bulb, my garage, my blinds, the works, and so the June was a natural fit. Now, I actually purchased the June first generation after a little bit of hesitation. I had spoken to a gentleman over there, and he said, we have a satisfaction guarantee. And if you are not satisfied, you have 100 days, no questions asked, and you can return it. So I had bought this about 2 years ago when it came out, and as luck would have it, after trying it out, I really wanted to love it, but the cookies were not. They came out a little bit burnt. Bacon didn't come out well. Just the kind of things that I was looking for. I didn't really feel the $1,600 price tag had done it justice. So I ended up wanting to return it, and when I contacted June, they were fantastic, just as promised. The team said, no problem, thank you for trying it out, and they helped me return the first generation oven. And I promptly got refunded for my credit. So this is something I'm very cognizant of, and I've actually been watching the company for the last 2 years because I really, really wanted to like this product. And so when Gen 2 came out, I figured it out and ordered right then and there. And let's talk about my impressions of this oven. Now, before we get into that, I'd like to show you what it was like for me to cook chocolate chip cookies and air fried chicken with my oven, because so many reviews have done such a great job, but I feel like some of them could have perhaps also showed you the cooking process, perhaps from one end to another. So, have a look and join me at the end to talk about impressions. See you on the other side. Cut. So here's the June being delivered to my door by the wonderful FedEx guy. As you can see, it's fairly big. And here it is in its packaging. I was really, really impressed by, the details, the packaging that's on there. It just looked really nice. The orange box is where you have the accessories. And here's a shot of the accessories, the thermometer, racks, etc. So of course, my first test was with cookies, and here we are kind of, putting the cookies in. Now watch, as soon as I close it, bam, it says cookies detected. So we choose that setting, and then it walks us through how to choose or how to put them into the oven. And we just say bake. And there is that beautiful screen with the timer counting down. For the sake of not boring you, I've made a few edits here, but this is through the entire process. So look at these cookies. They're about halfway in, and here we are. Now they're done. I will tell you, compared to the June first generation, these were night and day. I felt like these were cookies I could make and sell. They were so good. Look at that consistency. I mean, it is beautiful, and it tasted even better. And this is the summary in the app. Lovely job by the June team. So here we are with dinner. We decided to do fried chicken, and there's the oven. We went through the app and the cookbook specifically, and it just said preheat, and we said start preheating, and here it is starting to do that. And this is just an example for you guys with the cookbook app. But look at the oven setting. Look how beautifully it's designed, and it shows you dynamically the updated temperature, which is such a nice touch. What is the status of my Joon oven?
You have Joon oven enabled. Do you want to open it?
Yes.
Joon's here. Do you want to know how the oven's doing?
Yes.
Currently 390 degrees Fahrenheit and preheated.
So there you had it. That's Alexa, and here is it kind of updating us. As you can see, the probe is in there, and it's ready to go. The temperature here is increasing. This is the app version, so you can see now 6 minutes and 28 seconds left. It shows you the food temperature. It shows you what parts of the oven are actually on. And here is that beautiful view again of the preheated temperature and the temperature that the food actually is at. Fantastic job, just beautiful in terms of the design, very, very well thought through, in my opinion. And this is it. This is the live view. If you can't wait or you really want to see where that oven is at with the production. So this is my chicken. And here is the final product. Just look at that. It's amazing. Now as a thank you almost, Joon gives you a final parting gift, and it is this time lapse of the chicken being made. So extremely impressed, and for the first time ever in my whole life, I cooked something, and that too, it came out really well.
Go.
So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you could see the end-to-end process for me cooking, those different dishes. Now, right off the bat, the first thing I noticed with Gen 2 versus Gen 1 was just how incredibly quiet it was. When I walked up to the oven, I could hear that it was on, but when I walked away 5-6 feet, I mean, it is remarkable what a great job the Joon team has done making sure that this device is not just aesthetically pleasing, functional, cool and connected, but also just how quiet it is. My wife and I have a Samsung microwave, which I think is absolutely garbage, and we hope to replace soon. And one of the biggest complaints with the microwave is just how blaringly loud it is. It's unpleasant. So great job, Joon, in making sure that this 7-in-1 smart oven is as quiet as it can be. The other thing is, I have never actually cooked in my life, other than when I sampled Joon a few years ago, and maybe ramen in college, if that counts. I'm an excellent reheater. I can reheat food very well, but never actually cooked a full meal. Now, as you saw yesterday, you actually experienced me cooking for the very first time. And that, I think, is such a great value proposition for this device. My wife, for instance, was raving to her friends and family on Facebook, who actually didn't believe that the meal you saw, the chicken, the corn muffins, and the broccoli, were made by me in this wonderful oven. And I think it's a real testament to the ability of the oven and what it can do. I also think that when you look at the preset programs, that's very cool, but it was so forward thinking of the Joon team to allow you to create a custom preset. Wow, that was unexpected and extremely cool. The integration of the oven into the cookbook recipe, where I said, cook fried chicken, preheat, and it automatically sent the instructions over. Another fabulous job didn't have to choose a preset, didn't have to choose a preheat temperature, nothing. It was all just done. You know, and thinking about why people may want this oven. This is the oven for the kind of person that enjoys cooking and perhaps wants to adventure into something new without having to put in as much labor. Or it's for people like me, people that don't know how to cook, maybe have never cooked like I have, and want something that is a how-to for dummies without putting in much work. We had a baby about 2 months ago, and it was fantastic. I cooked a full meal, and I went back and played with my young son without, you know, really doing very much on the oven. We, you know, after having the baby, subscribed to a meal service for a little while, and it's an excellent meal service because you don't actually have to cook, you just reheat your meals, but at the same time, this thing gave me the best of both worlds. And, you know, my wife and I actually had a conversation today about whether or not, you know, that meal service will now make any sense, given that we have the June oven. Love the connectivity. I think the design of the oven is phenomenal. Just so much thought has been put into this, and I think it's finally at a price point where, you know, it is hitting mainstream. Depending on when you watch this review, there is currently $100 promo, and I would say jump on it, guys, because it is just phenomenal. The value for money with this device is truly remarkable. It was such an empowering feeling to have cooked something for the first time and realized that, you know, it came out like something I would expect at a restaurant. You know, I am just so thoroughly impressed, not just by the product, but by the end result. And I really think that it's come leaps and bounds from where it was 2 years ago. Now, in closing, I want to talk to you about the June community and you know, their directional leadership. I have to commend June for being such a stand-up product where, you know, there is a fantastic Facebook group, and you know, everyone in there from Dory Shapiro, Emily, Matt Van Horn, who is one of the co-founders. I mean, what a great job creating a place where people feel like we're part of a great club, and it's only growing. You know, questions about, you know, devices and recipes are answered in a matter of moments, and you know, the June team will answer your questions, in my experience, at all hours of the day, all night, depending on, you know, when they're on, during and after business hours, which is such a wonderful thing. It just seems like a group of employees and a community of people that are passionate about cooking, about the device, and I think the review could not possibly be complete without talking about just what an open community this is. I mean, even for a startup, which June I don't think necessarily would classify as, or, you know, it may, for the co-founder of the device to reach out and talk to you personally is, you know, it just says so much. And then there's the other aspect where, you know, I'm sure they could have done a bunch of things to get Gen 1 people that spend $1,500 to upgrade to Gen 2, and yet from what I'm reading, a lot of them are, you know, software upgrades where Gen 1 people get the same thing. I mean, to me, that speaks tremendously to the ethic of the June leadership, and I really, really appreciate it. So overall, here's what I would say. This product is a game changer. I mean, you know, it is so well thought through from the app to the design. Here's just one last feature I want to point out. If I wanted to clean the oven, there's a clean setting and it lights it up, and then I can choose, you know, different parts of it here with instructions. But the simple attention to detail in crafting this device, along with the results that it has delivered, has been absolutely phenomenal. So, you know, 10 thumbs up to the June team. Love my device, and I cannot wait to continue to cook. The recipe service that they have, the cookbook, it has free recipes and it has some more premium recipes. But that's okay because, at the end of the day, we don't need the cookbook to cook in the June oven. It is a fantastic simplicity that has been provided to us, an additional convenience. And, I, for one, am going to purchase the 1-year subscription. But, all things considered, end to end, this product is genius. And this is, in my opinion, the very best of Silicon Valley and what it has to offer. Thank you.